And from that big story, let's shift our focus to what's also happening in Jammu right now. Remember, the Union Home Minister Amit Shah is visiting Jammu. He was also expected to meet with the kin of those who have lost their lives in the Rajouri terror attack, but because of inclement weather, that could not happen, though he's spoken to them on the phone. Now, what we are also speaking about is that in the next few minutes, you will have a press briefing that is expected from the Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Why is this so important, keeping in mind that, there is an indication that we could be looking at elections in Jammu and Kashmir very, very soon? Also, the big outreach, the big healing touch here by the centre, a clear message to Pakistan, because this is the third visit of the Home Minister Amit Shah to Jammu and Kashmir post the abrogation of Article 370. I want to take it across to our colleague Gursimran, who's joining us live right now. Gursimran, where about you at this point in time? And how much more time till we hear from the Union Home Minister Amit Shah? And Gursimran, before he even begins his press conference, tell us why is this so important?
See, Union Home Minister Amit Shah will be addressing the press conference in a short while from now, and this is very important, keeping in view that he will be addressing this press conference right after chairing a high-level security review meeting. And this security review meeting was entirely focused on the terror infrastructure, to how to wipe out the terror infrastructure and how to ensure that there are no such incidents that has happened in the Dangri village of the Rajouri gets repeated, because it's not about that to kill the terrorism, but also the ecosystem that has helped, because the terrorists those who have carried out the brutal killing of 7 people in the Dangri village of the Rajouri, they were very well known to the area. They were known to the entry and the exit points. They were known that how they will follow the pattern, how to attack the first house, second house, third house. Even the fourth house was also attacked before Balkrishan, who was a local VDC member, opened fire at the terrorist, and then the terrorist escaped from that very spot. So they were very well known to the area. That means a clear local hand is there. More than 50 people are under investigation under the scanner of the Jammu and Kashmir police and the investigation agencies. So the prime focus of the Union Home Minister will be that how the security forces will be taking on this head-to-head challenge, because the terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir is in last stage. So now, out of desperation, they are carrying out these kind of acts. See, on 28th of December, Union Home Minister held a meeting in the national capital. That was on Jammu and Kashmir, and clear directions were given not only to kill terrorism, but to wipe out the entire infrastructure of the terrorism. And then, out of frustration, the terrorists carried out this brutal act of terrorism in the Dangri village of the Rajouri. So Union Home Minister will be putting forth some of the key decisions that will be taken, and also we are getting to know that the Union Home Minister is likely to visit the Government Medical College in Jammu, where the injured of the Dangri attack are still admitted undergoing the treatment. So he will be meeting the those who have been injured in this terror attack, will be having conversation with them. Unfortunately, due to the bad weather, he could not reach the victim's family here in the Dangri village of the Rajouri. But yes, we are told that he will be meeting the victims, those who are injured and being treated at the Government Medical College in Jammu before heading back to the national capital.
Absolutely. Gursimran, why don't you stay with us? Let's also get in our colleague Abhishek, who's also tracking that story, and he also joins us live right now, even as you're looking at these images of just a little while earlier, where the Union Home Minister chaired an important security meeting. Abhishek, if you can hear me, yes, I can also see you now. Abhishek, tell me something, keeping in mind, how centre has begun its outreach towards Jammu and Kashmir, particularly since the abrogation of Article 370. There have been a number of measures that have been taken. The key question also on everyone's mind, Abhishek, is will we be looking at elections in Jammu and Kashmir soon?
That's one of the key factors really guiding the J&K politics really deeply over the last few months. Everyone expects that the summer of this year is going to see a democracy rolling out in the J&K insofar as the assembly is concerned, subsequent to which, of course, the centre has anyway promised that the union territory of J&K would be restored, or the status of state would be restored to the reconstituted Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. What is important is that this is the third visit of the Union Home Minister to Jammu and Kashmir, and it comes, the two earlier ones were obviously aimed at looking at what has changed post Article 370 for himself. But this one is significant because it comes in the immediate aftermath of the Upper Dangri village massacre in Rajouri district of Jammu. And that's something which really underscores the seriousness with which New Delhi is looking at that development, given the fact that this was clearly an escalation insofar as terror tactics go. Remember, post-abrogation of Article 370, we have seen almost 100%, in fact 100% finishing of the stone pelting episodes in the valley. And subsequently, we have seen really terror also abating with sporadic targeted killings becoming the favorite of the terror machine backed by Pakistan. But this time it was a clear case of not just targeted killings of the Hindu minority community, but also of scaling up and turning it into a massacre. Had it not been for one armed villager in the Upper Dangri village, it might have led to more casualties. And we saw how the terrorists planted an IED also. So it was planned to a detail in the sense that they thought that once this terror attack becomes news, the security forces would rush in, the villagers would rush in, and then the IED would go up and there would be more casualties, which indeed it happened. But thankfully, because the villagers were not exactly at that spot, unfortunate death of 2 kids happened. Even that is being taken very seriously, and that's why this on-the-ground review of security being carried out by the Union Home Minister. We are expecting that after this very comprehensive review that he has done over the last couple of hours in Jammu, unfortunately he could not travel to Rajouri because of weather, and the chopper was not allowed to fly. That's the reason why he had to speak to the victim families over the phone and assure them of all support from the government at both the levels, at the center and the state, in fact, union territory, in fact. And now, of course, we are just awaiting a press conference where both the Union Home Minister and the Lieutenant Governor of J&K, Manoj Sinha, both would be there and addressing media, and through the media, obviously, on what they have deliberated and discussed in this very important meeting and what they intend to do, more importantly, about the security of the Hindu minority in Jammu and, of course, in Kashmir as well.
Absolutely. So, I think Abhishek and Gursimran, in the next few minutes, we could hear some very important takeaways from that briefing. As always, viewers, you will watch it live here on Republic. We'll also get you the news points. But before that happens, let's also quickly bring to you the voices that matter today. These are locals of Rajouri, people who've lost their loved ones to these mindless terror attacks. The Union Home Minister Amit Shah has spoken to them. Gursimran was with them earlier, and he's bringing us these ground reports.
Home Minister Amit Shah spoke to the family a minute while. आपके सर मुझे ये बताइए कि जब बात हुई क्या बताया अमित शाह जी?
सर उन्होंने ये आश्वासन दिया कि वो यहाँ पर आएंगे और जो हमने उनको मांगे रखी हैं वो करेंगे। जहाँ तक
में क्या मांगे रखी गई आपकी तरफ से?
सर हमने अपनी तरफ से जो बच्चे हैं उनकी पढ़ाई का और जो उनको लगी है उसका जो खर्चा पानी है उन्होंने बोला कि हम करेंगे।
तो उन्होंने कहा कि वो यहाँ पे आएंगे?
जी हाँ, उन्होंने बोला कि जैसे ही मेरे को मतलब नेक्स्ट टाइम जब भी टाइम लगेगा तब वो आएंगे यहाँ।
From now, Sarjeevan is showing you the photos of the 7 people, those who have been killed in this unfortunate attack, starting from Deepak to Pritam Lal to Satish to Prince to Samiksha and to Vansh, the minor who have lost their life. We have family members with us. Sir, आपकी बात हुई Union Home Minister यूनियन मिनिस्टर अमित शाह से, क्या बात जो है वो शाह साहब ने आपको बताई है, क्या कहा गया है उनके द्वारा?
उन्होंने पूरे परिवार को सांत्वना दी है, 1 to 1 उन्होंने सबसे बात करी है और बड़ा दुख प्रकट किया है और परिवार से पूछा है कि उस दिन का हादसे का क्या हुआ। परिवार ने उनको एक एक करके बताया है और माननीय गृह मंत्री जी ने पूरे परिवार को, पूरे गांव को आश्वासन दिया है कि इस बुरे वक्त में जो सरकार है वो इस गांव वालों के पास खड़ी है, गांव वालों के साथ खड़ी है।
गांव वालों की तरफ से क्या मांगे जो है वो रखी गई थी?
गांव वालों की तरफ से मेन मांग यही है कि हमें सिक्योरिटी दी जाए, वीडीसी को स्ट्रेंथन किया जाए ताकि हम जो अपनी रक्षा है हम कर पाएँ, जैसे हमने 2000 के दौर में करी थी। इस डांगरी ने तब भी बंदूक उठाई थी और यहाँ से मिलिटेंटों को भगाया था।
आप लोग वो लोग हैं जिन्होंने खुद आतंकियों को अपने हाथों से मारा है। शाह साहब ने ये भी कहा है कि वो जब अगला मौका मिलेगा यहाँ पर आएंगे।
वो कह रहे हैं कि मुझे जब भी मौका मिलेगा मैं दोबारा आऊँगा, यहाँ के लोग जांबाज लोग हैं। अगर इनके हाथ में अच्छा वेपन दिया जाए, हम 303 से लड़े हुए लोग हैं, अगर हमें अच्छा वेपन दिया जाए, जब जैसे कि SLR बांटना शुरू किया, अच्छा वेपन दिया जाए, हम मिलिटेंटों का मुंह तोड़ मुकाबला जो है करेंगे, क्योंकि हम लोग यहाँ के लोकल हैं, जानकार हैं। हम मिलिटेंसी से अच्छी तरह लड़ सकते हैं, हम मिलिटेंसी को अच्छी तरह यहाँ से जवाब दे सकते हैं। और हम इतने जांबाज लोग हैं, ना तो अपनी ज़मीन छोड़ेंगे, ना अपनी जायदाद छोड़ेंगे। जहाँ भी मिलिटेंट मिलेगा वहाँ उसको घुस के उसकी छाती पे उसको जो हम मारेंगे।
कितनी देर तक आपकी बात हुई थी, कितनी देर बाद?
लगभग 15 से 20 मिनट उन्होंने बात करी है। सबसे आराम से उन्होंने एक से बात की और पूरे एक वाक़या को पूछा और अपनी तरफ से पूरी तरह उनको आश्वासन दिया है कि ये सरकार जो है उनके पीड़ित परिवारों के साथ है।
क्योंकि यहाँ पे 7 लोगों की शहादत हुई, क्या हर एक परिवारजन से अमित शाह ने अलग अलग बात की?
अलग अलग बात की है। जो लोग 2 पहले भी शहादत हुई थी अल्फा गेट में, उन लोगों से भी बात हुई है। सब लोगों से अलग अलग बात हुई है और पूरी तरह से बात हुई है और घर वाले पूरी तरह सेटिस्फाइड हैं कि उनकी गृह मंत्री जी से बात हुई। अब बदकिस्मती से वो यहाँ नहीं पहुँच पाए बैड वेदर की वजह से, तो नहीं तो वो यहाँ आते, इनके बीच बैठते, इनका गम बांटते, मगर उन्होंने टेलीफोन पे बात करके पूरे घर वालों को सांत्वना दी है।